This is the very first Betty Crocker cookbook that I owned. And as you can see, it is quite beat up. My mother gave it to me right after I got married. It's from 1971. And we both worked in factories, and the factory I worked in was in town, so I was able to get home before my husband and start dinner. And most of the dinners I made in the beginning were from the main dishes section of this Betty Crocker book. And like Hamburger Stroganoff, Texas hash, green beans and hamburger, family goulash, stuffed green peppers, lasagna, spaghetti, and so forth. So today we're going to make Hamburger Stroganoff, and tomorrow Texas hash. They'll both be in this video. In this pan I have a 1/4 cup of butter, 1 pound of ground beef, a medium onion, and a clove of garlic. To my water, I have added a bag of noodles, white egg noodles, so they will cook while I finish up the stroganoff. To the browned meat, we add 2 tablespoons of flour, teaspoon of salt. I use a little bit less. And it calls for a teaspoon of garlic salt or 1 clove of garlic. I put 1 clove of garlic in there and just a 1/2 teaspoon of the garlic salt, because we don't need that much salt. We already got a teaspoon of salt in there. I'm adding 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And it says to let it simmer for 10 minutes. This is an 8 ounces of canned sliced mushrooms. This is one of the first recipes I made for my husband as we were newlyweds. And now it's been 54 years and he still likes Hamburger Stroganoff. See if my noodles are done. Oh yeah, they're done. And I have to drain my noodles and I'll be right back. Okay, now my noodles are drained and I put a little bit of butter in the pan that I cooked the noodles in, because over the years we have learned that we like our noodles buttered with a little bit of poppy seed sprinkled in. Poppy seed noodles. That's probably maybe a 1/2 to a teaspoon of poppy seed, which is fine. Maybe just a pinch more. Now I'll take it off the burner so it don't scorch on the bottom. And they'll stay warm in the pan while I finish the stroganoff. Now that the stroganoff has simmered, we add 1 cup, 8 ounces of sour cream. And you just stir in the sour cream and just heat it. You don't cook it for a long time. You just heat it through so that the sour cream is warm. And dinner is served. Hello, today I'm going to make the Texas hash out of this 1971 Betty Crocker Cookbook. And before I start, I need to slice my onions and chop my pepper. This is a Vidalia chop wizard, and I'm going to use this to chop my green peppers. That was 1 large pepper, and on the side it has a measuring thing, so that's a little over a cup, about a cup of chopped pepper. In this pan, I have 1 pound of ground beef. The instructions are to cook the ground beef until lightly browned, drain off fat, then add the onions and green pepper and cook until the onions are tender before adding the rest of the ingredients. I like this meat chopper because it's very sturdy. We've had clouds the last few days. Over the weekend we had a lot of snow, and now the sun is shining. Coming in my kitchen window here. Now we add our onions. So it's 3 large onions, about 3.5 inches across. And instead of having it says to slice the onion. And instead of having rings, I like to slice the onion in half first and then slice it. I think it's easier to eat than to have the whole ring, onion ring. And in goes our green pepper. You need a large frying pan for this. The onions are tender now. You can see they've cooked down quite a bit. So now I add a pound. It calls for a 1 pound can of tomatoes, but nowadays they're only a little over 14 ounces. So I used the 14 ounce can of tomatoes from the store, and then I reconstituted a little bit of my freeze-dried tomatoes so it came to weighing 1 pound. And we have a half a cup of regular rice, uncooked regular rice, and the seasonings, which is 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, and an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. I like black pepper, so I use a little bit more than an 1/8. So we stir that up so all the seasonings get blended in there. Now we pour it into this 2-quart casserole dish. And now we cover in a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. Texas hash from my 1971 Betty Crocker cookbook. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video with my 1971 Betty Crocker cookbook. It's actually the 1969 publication, but this is the 7th printing, 1971. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe. The subscribe is free. It just means that you'll be getting notifications when I put up new videos. Also, share this with your friends and leave a comment down in the comment area because I really like reading them. Goodbye for now.